بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم
ألف لام ميم تنزيل الكتاب لا ريب فيه من رب العالمين.
بسم الله والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله. رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقه قولي. اللهم إنا نسألك علما نافعا ورزقا طيبا وعملا متقبلا. اللهم إنا نسألك الإخلاص في القول والعمل. اللهم صل وسلم على نبينا محمد. آمين يا رب العالمين. بسم الله. Just a quick opportunity and a reminder for us all to renew our intentions. And we ask Allah to keep us consistent on this path. You know, many of us have come in with the intention that in this Ramadan, I am going to focus on Surah As-Sajdah. I'm going to try to recite it the best I can. I am going to try and understand it, and I am going to try to change my life by it. So renew your intention that this was your intention, and this inshallah will motivate you to be consistent and to keep going. Of course, we ask Allah to help us stay on this path and to reach its completion. Okay, so we are going to start, of course, with the isti'adha. Sister Isha, if you can join me for the isti'adha, please. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم.
Your ra can be a little heavier, Sister Isha, in the word ar-rajim. Let's try it again. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم.
I'm just going to make you say the last part again. What I want you to do is when you are the joining ra, when you say mina shaytanil, this one, when you join it, this needs to be heavy too. So the one with the fatha is heavy. You want to make them, even the joining one should be heavy too. Mina shaytanir rajim.
من الشيطان الرجيم.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم.
Okay, so I can tell Sister Isha, when you say the word ar-Rahman, when you say ar-Ra, you're kind of circling your lips, going in a slightly like a type of position, right? You're circling them a little bit. So what's happening is when you circle it for the Ra, which you don't need to. So even for the Ra, you don't need to circle the lips. For those of you that can see me, I say Bismillahir. My lips are not circled because the lips are not needed for the letter Ra. And if you do use the lips, it will impact the sound. So you want to practice. This is the opportunity for you to take your mirrors out and check with your mirrors, inshallah. And what's happening, Sister Isha, is as you are circling for the Ra, they are still circled for the Ha. And so when you say ar-Rah, Rah, the Ha is sounding heavy. So you want, if you can relax your lips and focus on how you are pronouncing on the inside of your mouth, so the Ra with the tip of the tongue, tarful lisan, with the gums behind the upper two front teeth, and you keep it relaxed even for the Ha, your sound of the Ha will get lighter. Let's try it one more time. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم.
Yes, barakallah fiki. Well done, alhamdulillah. Much better this time. Well done. Okay, let's go over some of the key things that we've been talking about and what we need to pay attention to, inshallah, in this part of the ayah. We are looking at ayah number 5 today. So first of all, we've been talking about letters that are tawassut. We've been talking about letters that are when they have a sukoon or a jazm on them, we don't make them too long, we don't make them too short, they kind of take the middle ground. And we can see that there is a lam here, that's one of those letters. The meme is also one of those letters. We also have the ra and the lam in ilal ardi, we will be doing the same thing. Ya'ruju the ain is also tawassut, so again, not too long, not too short on there. We have the word alf, the lam in the word alf. So these are the letters that they are all sakin. So when we stop on them, we just got to make sure that they are tawassut, in that we are not stretching them too long, but not cutting them too short. Because if we cut them too short, you'll end up applying a qalqala or a bounce, which you don't want to be doing. Okay. The other thing I want you to pay attention to is I would like you to think about, let me just see if I can change the color because that will help. Okay. The other thing we've been talking about is the letter Ra. Sometimes we know that the letter Ra is heavy, sometimes it is light. The letter Ra, we can see it here, it has a fatha. In the word ilal ardi, we have the Ra again. This time the Ra has a sukoon, but there is a fatha before it. So we look at the fatha before it. We have a Ra with a dhamma in ya'ruju. We also have another Ra with a dhamma in miqdaruhu. And that's it. All of these Ras in this ayah, they all fulfill the conditions of being heavy. So we don't need to worry about changing and some pronouncing some as Ra and pronouncing some as heavy and some as light. They are all going to be pronounced heavy. And it does, regardless of whether they have a sukoon or a jazm or a dhamma or a fatha, they all, alhamdulillah, fulfill those conditions. So the Ras are all heavy. What else do we want to know? We want to know which letters do we let run, because we've been talking about the letters that we keep running, the Rakhawa letters. Which ones are they? Well, the Rakhawa letters here, we have the Seen, which we've seen, I think, a couple of times now. We have the Seen, we say Minas Sama. We also have ilayhi, the ya here, the ya layniya, that's what this one is called. We have the waw layniya, or the lean waw here, yawmin. In other words, we don't say ilayhi, we say ilayhi, fi yawmin, yawmin. You see, you let the waw run, you let the ya also run. I think those are the only ones that we have here. Yes, okay, alhamdulillah. We will also have some ghunan. We've talked about places where we stretch the ghunna. Where do we stretch the ghunna? Well, we have a ghunna that we need to pay attention to is in thumma. We will say thumma, thumma. We will prolong this one. I think that's it. Oh no, we've got some towards the end. We have sanatim mimma. So we actually have two here, straight after each other. We will say sanatim mimma. You can say it with me. Sanatim mimma. So again, you will hold it twice, but they are both equal. So we don't make one shorter than the other either. Okay, so we're going to keep them going, inshallah. So I thought today I will just do like a quick revision of some of the things that we've been talking about that are also here in this ayah. And now, inshallah, we will try to apply them. So, Sister Shireen, if you'd like to join me, inshallah, for this part of the ayah, we have so again paying attention. So listen, remember, listen first, inshallah, everybody, and then when Sister Shireen recites, if everybody can recite also at home, if you need your mirror to check yourself, have your mirror close by as well. So we have here. يدبر الأمر من السماء إلى الأرض ثم يعرج إليه.
يدبر الأمر من السماء إلى الأرض ثم يعرج إليه.
Good. I would say that the ha at the end, when you say ilay, you want to keep the ha light. It may be that you are going a bit too deep. Maybe the makhraj is lower than it should be. So the ha, remember, we don't go as deep as we can, because often sometimes when people see this ha, they try to go as deep as they can, and they might say ha, he, who. This is too deep. Okay, it should be ha, he, who. So feel where you're going, ha, he, who. This is where you're going for the ha at the end. Ilay. Sister Shireen.
إليه.
It's still a little bit on the heavy side. Could you say for me, please? Ilayhi.
إليه.
Right. I'm going to make you say it again because this ha is good. I want you to feel where you are for this ha. Ilayhi.
إليه.
This is the makhraj. This feel. As long as you can feel where you are in the throat, you're going to go there even for the sakin ha. Ilayhi.
إليه.
There you go. That's a bit better. Barakallah fiki. Alhamdulillah. Good.
جزاك الله خير.
Then we are going to start from thumma again. We will continue with Sister Shireen, inshallah. ثم يعرج إليه في يوم كان مقداره 1000 سنة.
ثم يعرج إليه في يوم كان مقداره 1000 سنة.
Now, I want everybody to pay attention to the qaf here. The qaf is a heavy letter, and the heaviness also is in the bounce. It's a bouncy letter as well. It's what we call a qalqala letter. This means we say miqa, right? So we bounce off, but we don't say miqa. If you say ka, it's light. You don't say miqa. Remember, no circling of the lips. Keeps the lips relaxed and flat. Miqdaruh. Sister Shireen.
مقداره.
Good. Barakallahu fiki. Much better. And then we have after this, we'll start from kana. كان مقداره 1000 سنة مما تعدون.
كان مقداره 1000 سنة مما تعدون.
Barakallahu fiki. Very good. Alhamdulillah. Very nicely done. Jazakallah khairan. Allah bless you. Okay, alhamdulillah. We will move on to the next ayah, which is, let me just clear the screen, inshallah. And now we come to ayah number 6. Okay. With this ayah again, so today I want to mention something about the letter ghain here. So we already have learnt about the tawassut letters, and so I'm sure some of you can even guess which ones they are now. So in the first one that we have here is of course the lam, and then we have the lam in al-aziz, and the ra when we say al-azizur rahim. Which letters are we prolonging? Again, we know which ones these ones are as well, because we saw the ya in the previous ayah. So the ya is when we saw I can't remember what it was now. It was okay, never mind. But there was we saw letters that ran. Ya is one of them. We also have the sheen is another one. When we say wash shahada, do not just say wash shahada. It's washa, washa. We hold the sheen first, then we pronounce the fatha afterwards. So first let it run, then pronounce the a for the fatha. We don't say washa. It's not the sha we're prolonging. It's the wash. Okay, it's the initial joining sheen that we prolong here. So about the ghain, what do I want to mention about the ghain now? The ghain is a letter which is heavy. Okay, so we don't say ra, we say ra. The second one is where is it coming from? We need to know exactly where it's, how do we pronounce this? Some people pronounce this as a ga, right? So you have to be careful. So we're going to just discuss this a little bit. With the letter ghain, it is what we say that this is from the top of the throat. Okay, it is from the top of the throat, and it shares its makhraj with the letter kha. It comes from the same place as letter kha and ghain. Okay, the top of the throat. To practice it, if you can say the letter kha, then you should be able to say the letter ghain. And it is heavy, which means that we have the elevation of the sound. How do we elevate the sound? Again, you can lift the back of the tongue, or you can push back with the root of the tongue, or you can think about where you are sending the sound, and you want to send it upwards in the mouth. We've discussed this before. Upward. Imagine that you are sending your sound of your voice behind the upper two incisors. That's the direction. So you're not sending it straight out the mouth, but you're trying to aim for the upper two incisors, just behind them. Okay, so we want to say al-gha. The other thing you have to remember is with the makhraj, when you have that, you notice a slight squeezing in the top at the top of the throat. What you need to remember here is you don't block it off completely. You don't squeeze so hard. So you're saying al-gha, right? Al-gha. You're not getting this happens when you completely close off the makhraj or the articulation point. You want to squeeze, but you squeeze only a little bit, and you keep it so that the area is still loose and the sound can still come through. So you say al-gha, gha, gha, ghi, ghu, al, gha, ghi, ghu. You can try it at home as well. Gha, ghi, ghu. But you notice that it never completely shuts off. It stays still. The throat is still a little open to allow the sound. Okay. Papa Roxana, if you would like to join me for this ayah. ذلك عالم الغيب والشهادة العزيز الرحيم.
ذلك عالم الغيب والشهادة العزيز الرحيم.
What I'd like to do, Popoji, is when you say washahada, and this is a common, this is quite common. You'll see it in a lot of people. So as you say this at home, see if you're doing the same thing. When you say washahada, now you don't want to say wash, wash. It means that what you're doing is you're not giving the wow enough time. You're quickly going to the sheen, and you're going to the sheen too fast that the wow hasn't you haven't finished or completed the wow yet. You want to say wa, the way that your lips move when you say wa, wow, fatha, wa, you'll notice your lips come back. Wa, wa. You want to do that even when you're joining with the scene. First, make sure you complete that movement, then go for the sheen. So we say wa, washa, washahada. Try it, Pupaji.
والشهادة
Much better. Now I can hear the in your wow. It's not wa, it's wa. Because when you don't complete the sound, it'll be a wa, because the lips haven't come back yet. Let's do this again. ذلك عالم الغيب والشهادة العزيز الرحيم.
ذلك عالم الغيب والشهادة العزيز الرحيم.
Good, Pupaji. It was good effort. Washa, the wow, I think sometimes this does happen, and again, this is common where you can say something in isolation, but then when you put it back in the ayah, it can you go back to your previous way of saying it. So again, when you get to this, Pupaji, you need to just slow down and remember the technique where you bring the wow all the way back. I'm just going to start from alimul ghaybi wa shahada, and we'll stop there. Alimul ghaybi والشهادة.
عالم الغيب والشهادة.
Not bad. بارك فيك. جزاك الله خيرا بوبي جوكسانا. الحمد لله. Okay, alhamdulillah. Let's go on to the next ayah. So the next ayah is ayah number 7. Okay, now again here we have some things that we need to pay attention to, some things that inshallah I hope that you are all starting to remember. So we talked about what? The tawassut letters, the middle letters, the letters that you don't stop, you don't make too short, you don't make them too long. Where are they? Well, we have one in alladhi, the lam. We've seen lam many times now. So as I say these, try to see if you can find them before I do. Alladhi, the al, again the lam is tawassut. We have kulla. Again, when we're joining kulla, we don't say kulla, kulla. This is, we haven't done the, let it run for a little bit. Kulla, kulla. Then we have here the lam again in khal, qal, insan. We have the two lams again following on from each other. And then that's really all we have here. The noon, of course, we know is tawassut, but the noon is tawassut when it is izhar. Okay, so when it is read clearly, when we have izhar halqi, then we will pronounce it with tawassut. Of course, when it's as an ikhfa, as it is here in insan, we have the noon with followed by the sin. This would not be this would be a different level of ghunna, inshallah. So we know that, for example, for those of you that are familiar with the levels of ghunna, the ikhfa has a kamila ghunna. Okay, it's the second level if you're following the 4-level opinion. There is the 5-level opinion. If you're following the 5-level opinion of the levels of ghunna, then it would come under the 3rd level, which is aqal min al kamila. Okay, but it's a little bit, we let it run for a bit. So you'll see, inshallah, when I pronounce this. We have this. We also have here something else that I want you to pay attention to, of course, is the mud. We have a mud here, a longer mud. Alladhi. If we are pronouncing the next word ahsan, then we prolong this mud alladhi. We hold it for 4 or 5 counts. Okay, this is what we call mad jaiz munfasil. Those of you that have studied Tajweed before, this inshallah will be ringing bells. Those of you that are studying it now, inshallah, is coming to you more quickly. Alladhi ahsan. We also have, that's the only madud we have here. Well, the only longer mud that we have here. Which letters do we let run? There's a few letters that we allow to, we say that they are rakhawa letters. We let them keep going. We let them run for a bit. Where are those letters? Are there any here? Well, yes, there is. There's the letter ha, ahsan, ahsan. We let the ha run. We also have here shay'in, shay, the ya. We saw it before. Shay'in, the ya here is also rakhawa. We let it run. Um, that's it. I mean, I did say about the longer mud. If we're stopping at the end, of course, on teen, then we will prolong this. This becomes mad aarid lisukun. The ya here in the middle is mad aarid lisukun. It would be 2, 4, or 6 counts. So you could actually say min teen or min teen, or you could say min teen. So you can stretch the teen, the ya there in the middle, the mud letter. You can prolong it for 2, 4, or 6 counts. And then the other thing I want to mention is ikhfa. Let's talk about the ikhfa today because I've kind of not, I think I touched on it a little bit. We have 2 ikhfas here. We have one, and then let me just get a different color. Let's get the orange. Okay, so we have here this ikhfa, the noon sakin. Oh, it's come out brown. Never mind. Noon sakin followed by the seed. This is ikhfa. And then we have noon sakin followed by a ta. This is also ikhfa. Ikhfa means to hide. It means that you're hiding the noon. And this means the question is, how do you hide the noon? You hide the noon by making sure that the tongue does not go to the articulation point of noon. So where your tongue normally goes, the tarful lisan, the tip of the tongue normally goes to the gums behind the upper teeth. You're not going to make it go there this time. Okay. The way that you pronounce it is you'll get ready. As you say the ghunna, you will. Yes, Sister Fatima, yes, the sheen has rakhawa. That's right. We say minash shaytan, for example. The sheen, we let it run. Okay. Yes, the sheen has rakhawa and the seen also has rakhawa. Okay, so they both have rakhawa. Um, did you say sheen? Yes, you did say sheen. Okay. So how do we do the ikhfa here? Again, we're hiding the noon, so we don't make our tongue to go to the makhraj of the noon or the articulation point of the noon. Where is it going instead? It's gonna go close to the makhraj of the next letter. So in the first one, the next letter is a seen. Seen is the way that we pronounce seen, or the articulation point of seen is the tip of the tongue goes towards the bottom or behind the lower 2 incisors. So it's just touching the gum line of the lower 2 incisors. So this time, as we say al, my tongue is already very close to the makhraj of seen. I'm not touching the makhraj yet, but I'm very close to it, and I hold the ghunna. So I don't just say al-insan, I say al-in, I prolong al-ins, and then I'm ready for the scene straight away. Al-insani, al-insani. Okay, so you are close. And this ghunna is very light. It's in. If you find that you're saying this is incorrect because this is very heavy, and this is not a heavy ghunna, this is not a heavy ikhfa, and it's because you're sending all of your sound through the khayshum. What you want to do is you want the sound to come through the mouth. It's coming through the mouth. You're not some of it is going through the khayshum, yes, but not a lot of it. Okay, not a lot of it. We still have some of the sound coming through the mouth. We can compare that now to the. Actually, I'm going to leave min teen because it's for those of you that are new to this. I think that's enough information, and we'll touch on the heavy one because min teen is another ikhfa. You do get ready for the makhraj of the ta, but it's slightly different in that. For those of you that know it, of course, we know it's a heavy ghunna, but I don't want to go into it in detail today because I think if you're learning this new, then you want to be uh, you want enough information so that you can remember, inshallah. So I'll mention that another time. Okay, so let's see who's here. Okay, Sister Shireen, please. So if we say that we'll stop at khalaqa. So if you could join me, please. الذي أحسن كل شيء خلقه.
الذي أحسن كل شيء خلقه.
Okay, so there's two things you need to be careful of here, Sister Shireen. So the one is, yes, your letter ha is a little short. So you're almost reciting it like tawassut. It suddenly kind of stops. You want to
Yeah, I
keep
did.
it running. As it
Yeah.
keeps running, when you get to the end, smoothly onto the scene. Ahsan.
Sana.
Ahsan. So say,
Okay.
well, just say this word, ahsana.
أحسن.
So do you see that at the end of the ha, there's like a pause? You're saying ahsana. There's like almost like a sakt, almost like a
Mhm,
pause after the end. Now, what I want is I don't want that pause there. I
mhm.
want you to keep your ha going and then straight for the scene. Ahsan, ahsan. Try it again.
أحسن.
Yes, barakallah fiki. Very good. May Allah give you istiqamah in this. Good, alhamdulillah. For the other thing I want you to pay attention to, Sister Shireen, is the kaf. So you lost the makhraj of the kaf, and this is quite common. Sometimes when, especially I've seen it a lot in students, when the kaf has a dhamma particularly, they move away and they start, instead of going to their normal position of where they pronounce the kaf, which is the back of the tongue with the, where the soft and hard palate meet. Instead of going to that place, they start, the tongue kind of goes a little bit more back, heading towards the qaf, so it kind of sounds mixed. Okay, so you want to make sure you stay ka ku. Stay in that place. Ku kulla kulla. Okay, try that
كل.
again.
كل.
Yes, this is better. Now let's try it again, inshallah. So remember to pay attention to the ha, the rahawa, the way you pronounced it, smoothly onto the scene, and the makhraj of the kaf. And even those of you at home, let's see if you can do this as well. الذي أحسن كل شيء خلقه.
الذي أحسن كل شيء خلقه.
Ahsan was good. The ha was good. Kulla, it was, I think you're going to have to, inshallah, practice this. As I said, in Alhamdulillah, some things Allah gives to us very easily, and this is a blessing. We have to acknowledge that. We say
Yeah.
Alhamdulillah. And there are other things that Allah will give us according to His wisdom. And we trust and we just keep trying. But
Yeah.
it is on us to never give up. We always keep that hope. We make dua, we try our best, and it will come, inshallah. It will come
Mhm.
very quickly for you, I feel, Sister Shireen, because you can say it very well on its own.
Inshallah, sir,
So
I will practice
you'll
that.
get it. Yeah, practice that, inshallah. Jazakallah khairan. Oh, one other thing, Sister Shireen. The first time you said it fine. The last time, khalaqa. We
Oh,
mentioned khalaqa
خلقه.
yesterday. The heavy kha followed by the
قاف.
light lam followed by the heavy qaf. Just making sure that you are moving and switching from heavy to light to heavy properly. So let's
خلقه.
just say this word, khalaqa.
خلقه.
Good. Barakallah fiki. Alhamdulillah. And then, Papa Ruxana, if you can join me for the last part. وبدأ خلق الإنسان من طين.
وبدأ خلق الإنسان من طين.
Not bad, Jazakallah khairan, Papa Ruxana. So a couple of things here. The first one is the kasra on the noon. You don't want to say al-insani. So everybody at home, please listen out for this. If you are saying ne, you want to say ni. So be careful of this, inshallah. We want to make sure that the kasra is clear. The other thing, Papaji, is when you join, now I know you're trying to remember to apply the heavy ha, the light lam, heavy qaf, back to light. We have we have to concentrate here to make sure that the heavy letters are heavy, but the light ones are light. The qaf, Papaji, was nice and heavy, but the heaviness got carried through to the lam, and you don't want to do that. You want to make sure that the lam, when you come back to the lam, it's light. So sometimes saying it slowly helps because it gives you that time to change from heavy qaf to light lam. I'll just say these two words, inshallah, and repeat after me. And everybody at home also repeat this because this is something that often Sister Junie practice with. خلق الإنسان.
خلق الإن خلق الإنسان.
Barakallah fiki. Very good, Pupaji. Very, very good. Mashallah. And I'm glad that you recognized, you heard yourself and you realized it wasn't right because the first time the qaf was made light, but then mashallah, alhamdulillah, you corrected it yourself. This is from the help of Allah, alhamdulillah. Let's just say this last part again then, Pupaji. وَبَدَأَ خَلْقَ الْإِنسَانِ مِنْ طِينٍ.
وبدأ خلق الإنسان من طين.
And let's get the ta.
Good night.
The ta is a heavy letter, so let's make it a little bit heavier. Remember, Pupaji, the ta here is something. It is considered a heavy letter. It is a letter of isti'ala. It also has what we call itbaq, and itbaq is like a trapping sound, and this is where we keep the sound, try to keep the sound inside the mouth. Sometimes it's described as an echoey type sound. So you're trying to almost keep the sound inside your mouth. You're not letting it flow freely out. So we say sort of ta. Instead of saying, if we let it out, it'll be ta, but we say ta, ta, ti, tu, min, tin.
من من طين.
Not
No.
bad, Pupaji. Barakallah fiki. It just needs a little bit of practice, but you're almost there, alhamdulillah. The ghunna was very nice. The ghunna was heavy, alhamdulillah. You had that. Just the ta, we need to practice a little bit, but we are out of time. So I will stop there, inshallah. But well done, Pupaji. Keep practicing khalq al-insan as well. Keep practicing because you can say it. You just need to make it into a habit. Same with everybody at home as well, inshallah. Please do take some time to go over the surah from the beginning again. Recite it. Remember, the more you recite it, the more reward you're going to get. And inshallah, there will be many, many other benefits and many other barakah that you will see from your recitation of the Quran, especially now that you are also understanding and getting the tafsir as well. And this, inshallah, will, inshallah, may Allah make it so that we can change ourselves as people because of our understanding of the surah. So inshallah, keep reciting because the more you recite, the easier things will become on the tongue. بارك الله لي ولكم في القرآن الحكيم ونفعني وإياكم بالآية والذكر الحكيم. سبحانك اللهم وبحمدك نشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت نستغفرك ونتوب إليك. اللهم تقبل منا إنك أنت السميع العليم وتب علينا إنك أنت التواب الرحيم. اللهم صل وسلم على نبينا محمد. آمين يا رب العالمين. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.